So, even though you might not entirely know who we are, some of you, at least one of you, might be asking, John, what the hell is going on? Why are the podcasts suddenly somewhere else? Why are these videos here that are supposed to be on Nintendo 360 over here? Why is there a Let's Play on this channel? I thought that was your thing. Well, the answer's simple. We have a new channel, and it's Occasional Comedy. Welcome to, I guess what you could say is, our official welcome. This is pretty much the beginning of, I guess for lack of a better term, the second phase of our entire project. Originally we started off on our own channels and we had our own things, but Nick thought that it was about time that we end up making our own channel, where we can post all sorts of different projects and ideas that wouldn't exactly fit the mold for what would be for either of our channels. And it's here that we'll be able to express ourselves a little more creatively and bring up new ideas. And we wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about just what exactly this will mean for all of you, what this will mean for us, and for all of our channels. Just talk about some of the differences between our channels and the Occasional Comedy channel. Talk about some of the new series that'll be coming over to the channel within the near future, or in my case, within several months. And just some of the other things that we hope you'll be interested in.
I really am glad you took helm on that.
Thank you.
This is why you should talk more than I do. You make more sense. This is why I make videos that are 10 seconds long and have me speaking.
and this is why for a large part of this we thought it was the John Suitors podcast featuring Nintendo 360. But
the joke of the name was that I expected you to talk more than I did, so I named it Occasional Chatter because I didn't want to talk at all during my own podcast.
You just basically wanted to piggyback off of my success.
It's the inside joke that now all of you are a part of, so I guess it's now the community joke.
Well, I mean, it's still an inside joke, because odds are if someone posts this on Reddit or Imgur, they're gonna be like, what the fuck's an Occasional Comedy?
They're gonna be like, what? Why is there a bird in the thumbnail? They don't own a bird. Why does he edit these weird things?
Is this Jantron?
Are you guys JonTron? No, we're not JonTron. Speaking of editing things, I got this cracked version of Photoshop, and it works just like it, but it's not exactly Photoshop. I wish I had it, but I'm trying to learn how to do it more so I can make better thumbnails.
Yeah, that's something I'd want to do in the future, just kind of for my own sake too, especially for some of my future projects that I have coming up, but we'll talk about that a little bit down the road.
It makes it harder to, so in Photoshop there's this thing called a lasso tool, and you would circle or outline whatever you're trying to remove or move, take somewhere else. But you know what's messing me up? Because of the bad genetics in my family, I don't have a steady hand because the MS is just fucking my hand up, and I can't have a straight line, and I'm jerking off the page, and I'm moving all over the place, and it's I keep fucking messing up. Which might end up having to hire an editor. Not searching yet, but you can submit requests.
I mean, if you want to. I mean, no one's gonna force you.
I mean, if you want to be our editor, I got some Chris money here for you.
And I would just like to let you all know that I'm pretty sure you just pulled out some kind of Monopoly money.
I'll put a picture of it on screen. Don't worry.
It is fake as fuck.
What am I even going to put over this?
You know, I don't know, but one thing is certain. There's a lot for us to talk about with the new Occasional Comedy channel, so let's get right into it. So, I guess first things first, why exactly did we make this new channel?
Well, I figured I'm a YouTuber and I could always use a lot more money, so I'm stealing profit.
Just throw subtlety right out the fucking window, why don't you?
I've only made about $10.19 since I've started monetizing.
Damn.
And that was over 2 years ago. Most of you should be wondering why I even bother to continue trying this. Maybe because I just have so much faith that eventually I'm going to take off.
That and, I mean, at least one of us is having fun with it.
We're not going to say which one of us. That's for you to figure out.
But, in any case, part of the reason that we did this, like I mentioned earlier, is just to kind of provide content that we normally wouldn't be able to on our other channels. Like, both of us have big projects in the pipeline that we wouldn't necessarily be able to put on our own channels without just completely changing the mood of things. And we thought that it would be a good idea to have this second channel where we can make these kinds of projects unhindered and basically just make it a gigantic hub for all of our projects together. Me, you, and our newest member, Adam.
Yes. Daybreak, Admar Lundell Entertainment. I believe that's the whole thing. She's on the channel also. That's our third member, by the way, officially.
Yes, we now officially have a third member, and I wish they could join us for this podcast, but given the circumstances, it was kind of hard to fit them in at the moment, so maybe...
Did you say podcast?
Well, I mean, we're kind of recording this in the style of a podcast, so, I mean, forgive me for the, I guess, inconsistency? I don't know what I'm doing.
Familiarity?
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically all I'm trying to say is that we're sorry that we couldn't fit you in on this one, or the one that we're recording later today, but in the near future, we hope to integrate him in the podcast, too, because, he's a member just like the rest of us.
He's part of that away formula we talk about so many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is going to be coming to play sooner or later.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, you always hope for sooner, but right now, it looks like your worst-case scenario is October.
It could be later. The real problem is, it's taking a long time to sell the house. And stupid me listened to my mother, who said, pack away stuff you're not getting for 3 months. Now, I'm pretty sure she said this in April. So I packed away my frickin' camera and my tripod. So I haven't even been able to do anything.
Shit. Well, in any case, now that we've kind of gone over why exactly this new channel is here, and we at least divulged a little bit about our newest member, I guess the big question on at least some of your minds is, what kind of content is going to be showing up on this new channel?
Well, I got this thing in the works, and you don't know how excited and happy it makes me feel just to say that, yeah, I've been working on a little something, because I used to be someone who makes videos and then uploads them in the same day without putting a lot of effort into it. And it shows in past videos from like 2 years ago and a year ago. It shows that I used to just rush my uploads because I thought, the sooner someone sees it, the sooner I can get noticed or whatever. But now it's like, I'm going to put a little more effort into it. So I've mentioned this during, what was it? I think it was the Worst Service podcast.
I think so.
So I mentioned it, which was Occasional Chatter 7.
Mm-hmm.
That I have this thing called Life Advice, which is it's an integration of how to ruin something. Plus, it has some facts, and it kind of looks like game theory, but it's not exactly. I only say it looks like a game theory episode, so you can identify it with something else before it eventually will mold itself into its own thing. And along with that, I'm going to be uploading. I want to do acapella covers. I feel like maybe I could try that, but don't count on it.
That's interesting, because I mean, that's news to me.
Yeah, and I held that out for you for a while. And I'm gonna put some How to Ruins on there. Maybe not to the extent that I do on mine, or even the same exact topics, because let's be fair, the How to Ruin in 10 seconds crap is just, it's kind of what I do when I'm bored and I'm thinking about a certain thing and how I perceive it, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, and then mislabel it with add a clickbait, and there you go.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But John has some things that are going to be going up here too, as well as.
That's right. I believe it or not.
Man, just take a spit on my segue. I said as well as, and you just, and then went to something else.
I I'm sorry.
I tried to help you, man. I did.
I'm sorry. It's like, I saw you extend the...
And here's the toss-up, and he missed the dunk, and he's also bleeding.
No, it's more like I thought I was playing for the other team, intercepted the ball, and threw it right into the other fuck.
Yeah, goal.
Goddamn.
Basket.
No, basket. Goddamn. This shows you just how much I really don't give a shit about sports. But anyway, even for as much as I'm not really uploading on my own channel, at least not at the moment.
He has 4 years of backlogged videos.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm hoping that's gonna be changing in the near future, but that's beside the point. Believe it or not, though, I do have an LP coming soon to the Occasional Comedy channel, and at this point, I'm not exactly willing to say what it is yet, but I will say this much. It's going to be a very, very long journey, and for better or worse, I'm willing to bet that this is going to be one of the best LPs that we've worked on yet. Whatever that is, though, you're just going to have to look out for it. The only hint I'll give you, though, is it's going to be long. Very, very, very long. Like, ridiculously long. Like, holy shit, when the fuck are you guys going to be done with this long? But, on top of that, though, I do have a couple other projects planned. However, I'm not going to divulge too much into them just because they are way, way further down in the pipeline. Because, you know, like Nick said, 4 years of backlog. However, I do plan on making some other content for the channel as well outside of Let's Plays. Mostly, I'm thinking of making... I'm just gonna kind of spoil it a little bit here just because... I mean, it's not exactly a new original idea, but I was planning on making video game-related reviews and countdowns, and if I get far enough in the pipeline, maybe something related to anime? I'm not really sure, but only time can tell with that bit, but I wanted to make some more scripted content, or more edited content, because that's where I always felt like that I would really shine, and with the Occasional Comedy channel up and running, I feel like now I'll finally have that chance. I'm not exactly going to spoil what exactly my first project's going to be, but just know that it is coming in the pipeline. I would probably give it a few months before the first thing of that comes out, but I do have a lot of content that I have planned along the way, but I mean, if you couldn't already tell by my channel, no promises, but it'll be here when it gets here, so whatever comes with that, I guess you're just gonna have to wait and see.
And as far as what Adam's gonna create, or I'm not exactly sure what his plans are, but that boy's got a lot of really good ideas in his head, and I'm excited to see what he's gonna make out of all of them.
To be honest, I can't really comment much on Adam just because Nick's been fairly hush-hush about him, and I haven't exactly met him myself yet, but for what it's worth, he did tell me that he has quite a repertoire under his belt, specifically that he's really good with his voice, so I'm excited to see what he can do with that, especially considering that, well, me personally, I've always been a big fan of voice actors and things of that nature, so to see what exactly he can do with that, I'll admit I'm pretty excited. So, whatever Adam has coming up in the pipeline, I'm sure that'll be enjoyable as well.
It's going to be a surprise for us both.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to.
I'm going to get an email, like, in the thing, and it's gonna say, here, upload this to the channel. And I'll watch it over and I'll be like, oh, dear God. Alright, I'll put it up there, but I'm going to make sure they know it's you.
Like... I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of was him just, like, reading out of the fucking Necronomicon or something.
I don't know if he owns that or not.
You know, the fact that you're questioning it kind of concerns me.
I mean, that sounds like something he would do.
Oh, no.
It's most something going to be, like, Brony-related content, too, because he's into that as also.
Yeah, that's the other thing that Nick told me about him, and I guess that's why they get along so well.
Yeah, even though I've been out of that for a while and I've been kind of loose on my Brony fandom.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, you know what they say? Once you leave, you can never leave.
No one says that.
No one says that.
No,
I wanted to anyway.
No one says.
I wanted to anyway.
I'm gonna make sure I quote you as that being your quote. That no one's gonna quote.
Like, that's gonna be the quote that people just leave in the comments of our videos. Once you leave, you never leave. John Suiters, 2016.
Yeah.
So, I'm feeling a little...
I feel like we've given you enough to get your little tongue wet.
Yeah, oh yeah, and one thing important that we did kind of forget to mention, even though I'm pretty sure it's been mentioned in other projects earlier, the Occasional Chatter podcast will also be featured on the Occasional Comedy channel from here on out. So, if you want to keep up with the podcast, then just tune in and subscribe to the Occasional Comedy channel for all of your Occasional Chatter and everything else that we've got coming up.
Or you can go to SoundCloud, which I still can't figure out how to fucking work. I keep trying to put these podcasts on SoundCloud. I guess I must just be an idiot, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, they're going to be on there eventually. Soon, trademark.
Soon, large quotation marks, parentheses. I did them backwards. I did little hand motions and did them backwards.
But yeah, this video was just meant to be like a little teaser, a little bit of a taste test for what's going to be coming up for my channel, Nick's channel, and Occasional Comedy as a whole.
Adam has his own channel also.
Yeah.
I mentioned it by name already.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that Nick will go and link his channel in the description below as well, just so that you can get acquainted with him.
You're looking at it, but there's nothing there. There's nothing on
like
his channel yet.
I thought you were staring at me, just being like, "Why the fuck are you making me do this?"
Well, I'm listening to you.
I'm sorry.
I'm being attacked. I'm sorry. I want to listen to what you're saying.
I know. I'm sorry.
Maybe I really should have sent out those bingo shipping cards. I have a template of one on my computer of the John and Nick is totally gay shipping bingo card.
The ambiguously gay duo.
Yeah, of course we are.
But anyways, I guess that's about enough of that for now. Thank you all for tuning in, and here's hoping for all the big things that are able to come from this. So, I mean, even though this isn't really the podcast, I mean, I guess you could kind of say it's like a mini-sode, just because...
That's it. I'm labeling it as a mini-cast.
Mini-cast.
I'm gonna put in the thumbnail, I'm putting a picture of a fishing pole. For a mini-cast. A tiny fishing pole. Just because I'm able to.
Nice.
Because I'm the editor.
So, yeah. I'm John Suiters.
Yep.
And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always...
I'm piggybacking off your success.
God damn it! This really is a mini-cast.
It definitely is.